In today's episode of Community Building 101, we're going to give you 3 key ingredients to building an engaged community. So without further ado, let's dive in. Generally, when people think of the term engagement, they imagine golden promise rings and wedding bells chiming in the distance. But when you're building a brand, the word takes on a whole new meaning. In the marketing world, engagement refers to the involvement and participation of each member in your community. The goal of every community builder is to engage community members and promote interaction between them. Today, we will discuss 3 of the best ways to do this. Strategy number 1 is a reward system. Now, this is quite self-explanatory. All you need to do is to set up a reward system to incentivize community members to become active participants in the discussions and events that you conduct. Most community rewards are extrinsic. They include things like badges, points, and community coins. These incentives are really important in driving growth and engagement. With communities, setting incentives requires carefully planning around your metrics. Here are the 5 most important things to incentivize on. 1. Inviting a friend. 2. Attending an event. 3. 5 upvotes on a forum post. 4. 5 upvotes on content. 5. Visiting streaks. We actually started our incentivization experiments on Discord itself. Here's a comment from Retrov Andros on our YouTube Discord tutorial. To set up our reward system on Discord, we used a bot called Unbelieverbot and set up every new user with 1,000 coins. Sadly, Discord allowed users to send each other coins and check their balance, but that was about it. There was no shop channel where you could redeem the coins, and the coins couldn't be given out based on contributions. Saas solves this incentivization problem with a full-fledged coin system. Not only can coins be automatically given based on certain contributions like inviting new members or likes on posts or attending events, but you can also let your users spend their coins in your shop channel. The second strategy that we're going to talk about is breakout rooms. I once attended a private Zoom session by a large VC. At the end of the session, founders were split up into groups and asked to work on a problem statement together. Zoom has a great feature for this. The breakout room. In essence, breakout rooms allows you to spawn mini rooms. Such rooms allow small groups of people to talk in private while still being part of a larger event. In a community, it's important to understand the difference between an interactive and non-interactive event. Non-interactive events are live sessions run by a moderator or a speaker. On the other hand, interactive events require members to do stuff with each other or alone during the event. Sparking new connections between members who have never spoken to each other creates amazing rapport and comradeship. Breakout rooms are a great way to do this. They give clusters of people privacy during bonding sessions. There's an even better way to do breakout rooms on scenes, via our Metaverse channel. The Metaverse channel is essentially a breakout room that allows people to bubble up into smaller groups. One-on-ones or small group sessions in a gamified mechanism to alleviate video camera fatigue. We've seen people use these channels to host conferences, events, and even cohort-based courses. The right way to use breakout rooms, whether on scenes or not, is to first host a full event. Once context has been set at the event, move on to the breakout rooms by giving people express instructions onto what to do. If people are not told exactly what to do when creating a mini group, they're just going to do nothing. Also, here's a pro tip. Cap the size of your group to 4 people. Any more, and you're risking some people not participating. Now, last but definitely not the least, we have events. They're easily one of the best community engagement strategies out there in the market today. In fact, events are often considered the lifeblood of a community. They set the narrative and allow new members to familiarize themselves with the new environment. They also keep community engagement up. If you're running a community right now, then you would have probably hosted a couple of events already. Eventually, you'll realize that you need to run 3 types of community engagement events. These include 1. For newbies, 2. For existing members to keep deriving value, 3. To sell your products, Saas webinar style. Now let's dig into what each event entails and how you can go about conducting them. The first event type is the one for newbies. For new community members, the introductory events set narrative and tone. We did an introductory event 2 times a month and even made a newbie zone channel for new members of our community for 24/7 support. When new members feel a sense of warmth from old members and moderators, they're more inclined to recommend the community to their friends. A good introductory event is key to a successful community. Pre-recorded events or videos don't work. Neither do text or image onboarding pages. These are just impersonal. Until that first event happens, these new members are casually strolling through your community. They aren't true members. If not inducted properly, they'll just leave or worsen your ratio metrics by becoming inactive. The second type of event is for existing members to keep deriving value. Only a fraction of your existing members will use chat and forums. The rest will make their appearance only at events that make sense to them. They typically become dormant members if an interesting event hasn't happened in a while. If you aren't sure what kind of event to run every weekend for this section of your community, bring on interesting guests in your community domain. Allow 1 or 2 of your members to get on stage and talk to the guest. This will help you build loyalty. On scenes, you can conduct video and audio events and let people up on stage, just like Clubhouse, without leaving your community. Finally, you can also conduct events to sell your products. If you're building a community engagement to sell something, it's best done over an event rather than chat or forums. If done over text, you give a small section of your community that's toxic a chance to publicly attack you. It happens all the time. This is much harder in an event because only people who are interested jump in. You can also sell by being very clear that the event is a sales webinar. In fact, this sets better expectations and does some lead qualification too. A sales event should be run by a different team than the general community events, preferably someone with product expertise in whatever is being sold. From our experience, conversions after a community sales event are always very high. Discord didn't have a shop, so when we needed to sell, we had to redirect people outside. This can sometimes lead to scams, so please be aware. Anyway, to make this process easier, Scenes has an inbuilt shop channel so that people need not travel elsewhere and risk losing their money. You can also improve conversion because people aren't clicking out and away. Discord's lack of an inbuilt shop was not the only issue we found during our community building journey. This led us to believe that Discord might not be our one-stop solution to community management after all. If you want to know more about the other challenges we faced on Discord, click on the link in the description box below.